Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Descent into Madness podcast, where three bumbling idiots sit around a campfire, sing our campfire song, and then beat the shit out of each other because they annoy the piss out of me.
You know, there's one important rule about campfires, and that is that it's all fun and games until someone loses the wiener.
Till someone's wiener drops in the fire.
Yep.
Wiener.
Well, talking about foods, I got my cheese fact. If you remember last week, we were talking about, gold flakes on steaks. And so this fun fact is about Gold Stilton, which is the second most expensive cheese, and it's basically like normal Stilton, but it has gold flakes in it. Kind of what makes it expensive, which is goofy.
So you're saying I can go get gold flakes and just like find a jar of grass and just sell it for an astronomical price just because I can say it has gold in it?
Yep.
Exactly.
I'll do gold pieces fart in a jar.
If I went to everyone's favorite state of California and I sold them gold flaked wheatgrass, they would buy it en masse because most people in California are not very intelligent.
That's because they're fucking retarded.
That is.
Retarded.
It's like, let's just say it how it is.
Yeah.
You don't go to
Not
California
because they're from California, it's because they're vegans.
Hacking up.
Speaking about cheese, though.
Argument going on outside of my window with my neighbors.
Nice. Join in. But speaking about cheese, I found, and I'm excited to try, cave-aged cheddar from England.
Cave-aged, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about
aged?
that one a while ago. I don't know, but it was aged in a cave, and it's
So it must
actual
not-
white English cheddar.
It must not be good enough if you don't know the time.
I was too excited that I saw cave age, and I was like, I don't really care how long.
So watch you get really excited because you saw the sign and like it was like misleading. It's one cheese over and you just got like normal cheddar. And you're just
No,
sitting there
no,
like, this is the fucking best. And it's the most bland shit.
I make sure to inspect my cheese before I buy it.
Michael sits there with a magnifying glass, has a little notepad, and just, yes, this cheese is very cheesy.
Well, of course. I don't want to find, vegan cheese that looks like normal cheese. Because vegan cheese isn't cheese, it's just lies.
Well, we don't really have anything on the docket per se to talk about this week.
On the docket.
On the docket, my friend. Basically, the only thing that's been going on with me is a fucking 3D printer not wanting to work. Neither of them. So that's been fun and awful. It makes me want to absolutely throw it out the window. It's like, at what point does a hobby not become a hobby when it just pisses you off so much? You just want you wish it was like a fucking redheaded stepchild just so you can beat it mercilessly.
Well, when your hobby becomes a job, that's when it's no longer a hobby, because it's a job.
Well, I ain't getting paid for it, that's for fucking sure.
Exactly.
Paying a shitload for it. You know what else is bogus? Why it's so expensive? Trash bags. I have to go pick up trash bags today. And they're like, okay, they're not like insane expensive, but to get half decent quality trash bags, it's like $8-10 for like a super seeable amount that will last you longer than like 3. Why is that shit so fucking expensive? Because you need it. You have to have it.
That's exactly why it is expensive, because you need it. And so,
See, we need to just create our own little island.
I mean, just like when that guy bought the company that was producing insulin, was like, yes, let's jack the price up to inordinate amounts.
Yeah, I was like, what are they going to do about it? Not have it?
Yeah. Because they asked him, like, well, is there a reason? Like, did something change in the supply market? And he just went, no, I just saw an opportunity to make a lot more money, and I took it.
Did you hear about the scalpers in the biggest scalping ring in the UK? What they said about like BBC News went and asked them about like how do they feel about making it so people can't get PS5s anymore. The guy turned around and responded, "You're not suffering. Cry more."
Cry more.
And just went like legit verbatim. That's what he said. Cry more. And then started going on about how, it's like, you're not in a war. You're not being shot. You just don't have a PS5. Pay our fucking price. And then it got everybody in a heated debate between like absolutist and the free market and stuff like that of, they can do whatever the fuck they want because, it's free market and, it's supply and demand and, because they've sold thousands of consoles, thousands of consoles. And what people I don't think are realizing is that those thousands, we'll just put an arbitrary number on it because the PlayStation 5 has sold 20 million units already. So we'll put 50,000 consoles. I know it's more from the scalpers, but 50,000 consoles. That's 50,000 people that couldn't get an actual console at MSRP and could have if they just would have left it, if they didn't bother with it. This is more of like a morals thing. It's not really technically wrong.
I mean, you're playing the market. It's just kind of scummy.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're definitely a piece of shit. I don't know. I felt like sometimes I think capitalism really can hurt, but in general, it's better in the long run. It can just definitely.
Sales like that sounds like communist propaganda. You aren't red, are you?
I might be red if you want me to be red, boy.
No, wait a minute.
Better head than red.
Better head than red? So you
no better dead than red.
You said better head than red. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? Jesus.
No, you get better head from a red.
Well, yeah, because they're all like their healthcare sucks so much dick. They all have gummies. They can't do anything when they have
We need to
teeth.
find you, Grandma.
Whoa! Let's not do that.
On grandmasonly.com.
grandmasonly.com.
I'm making
sugar
a
grand
$1 million
baby.
idea right there.
Are you going to use it to for your own fetishes? And it's like you have to prove you're real. Take your one piss bag, hold it above your head, and take a picture with it.
No, I go to the morgue.
You go to the morgue. That's where I pick up my women. They can't say
that's the age for me.
Okay, that's not an age range at the morgue. That's just a state. What if there was like a freaking kindergarten bus crash? Well, that's the age range for me.
Yeah, wait.
No. That's when I call up Van Fossen.
I was thinking about it after we were talking about it the other day. Didn't he also get arrested for public masturbation?
No, that was the one he dodged. Because that was like years ago, where he was caught by a bus driver while he was jacking off in his car. And if I remember correctly, his defense was that he spilled coffee on his pants and was trying to remove it with like a towel.
Sounds legit to me.
Yeah. He just spilled his latte. His milk latte all over his pants.
And he just had to continuously scrub, just violently.
Up and down. It got all over the zipper.
God damn it.
Okay, because I want an excuse to talk about Gordon Ramsay. So, kind of similar to the restaurant question we had last time. I think it was last time, at least. If you had like one style of business that you feel you could show up and whip them into shape, what would it be? Like a Gordon Ramsay style, you come in and enact some new policies and everything and then leave. Like it's not your company, but you're doing it as, for say you have your own TV show, give me an excuse. What
like Kitchen Nightmares?
Yeah, like what would be your Kitchen Nightmares? What type of business would you be able to go and whip into shape?
I always feel like I'd be good at being OSHA because I would just be the guy that's like, no, no, no. I see that little tiny oil spot on the floor on the corner. You guys are dead meat. Just fucking
You're dead
nitpick
meat.
every little thing. Because, like, I don't care how clean your machine shop is, there's always things that OSHA will nitpick you for.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, it's impossible to keep that places like that 100% clean.
Yeah. I mean, like, the company I work for, they're a good company. Their shop is a lot cleaner than half the shops you're going to find around here. But there's some things where it's just like, you could spend a little bit of money to fix this problem for like another 10 years instead of having me mop the floor around my machine every like 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks now that I think about it. I have to mop that floor at least 3 times a week.
It's like you basically tell us almost every time we ask. So yeah, I mopped. Well, it sounds like it's an everyday thing. You gotta spend like 20 minutes to mop.
So because the floor around my machine, not only does it like it likes to leak coolant on the floor from other parts, but I noticed recently that there's one spot where it likes to pool, and I did a little bit of investigating, and it's because the actual coolant line is not fastened down tight enough, so it just kind of leaks coolant over time. So there's just a pool that forms on the floor, so I get to mop it every once in a while.
Topher, what about you?
Mop. I really can't think of anything that I could. I don't know if I have my own kitchen nightmares, actually.
No, that's because you're shit.
Not at this stage. Oh, yeah? What's yours? Fucking idiot.
No, first
No.
we're gonna let me and Michael are gonna lambaste you for not having one, for being such a weak man.
For what?
Thanks for the backup, Michael.
At least I'm paying attention.
I'm chewing on Mike and Ike's. It takes all my concentration.
Again, you're calling him for backup for this.
Yeah, but I
You just
rescind
lost
that
focus
statement.
chewing candy.
I rescind that statement. Oh my god,
It's
Michael.
pretty outside, and I have Mike and Ike's. What more do you want?
You
I'm
are a
living the dream
fucking
here.
enigma, dude. You just sit here. Like, honestly, it's the scene from SpongeBob where Patrick, the inner workings of my mind are an enigma. And it's just a clip of a milk spilling. That is fucking you, exactly. Like, you're
No, because
just...
I'd be crying. I do cry over spilled milk because that's milk that you could have drank.
What's your opinions on skim milk?
It's not skim. It's not milk. It's water.
What's your opinion on silk milk?
Silk milk? What the fuck is silk milk?
Yeah, almond milk.
That's the almond milk stuff. I don't know how you milk an almond. I've never seen an almond with udders.
Show me the teeth on an almond.
No, I guess if you want to drink nut milk, you can. It's not for me.
It's not horrible. I've tried it. My parents have it because
It's not terrible,
for
but
you.
it's one of those things of like I will only drink it if I am not available to like go and get milk in its entirety because
it's one of those things.
I'm a
honestly,
dairy purist.
It has a unique taste to it. It's don't believe the
It
people.
tastes
It's
like
like, oh, it tastes
nuts.
just like milk. It has an almondy taste to it, but it's not awful. I can't just like honestly, I could go pour a glass of milk and just drink it, but I have to be like
100%.
eating something with it. Like it's definitely going to be the belly wash. I love that term. Like older Southern people call sodas and drink belly wash. Need me an orange belly wash.
Oh, Billy Wash.
I like that.
You never heard that? I figure you of all people would have heard it.
Me?
Yeah.
No. As you could tell, I don't really pay attention to much, so I miss a lot of things.
No, dude, that's crazy.
Once it comes to cheese, I pay a lot of attention to that.
Yeah, he sniffs out cheese like a fucking truffle pig. Just
Dude. They better hope I never go back to Europe. I'm going to be a cheese apocalypse.
A one-man cheese
cheese
apocalypse.
he's gonna show up there with a fucking whip and his shotgun, just demanding
cheese, boy.
the cheese.
I already know if I go to England, I'm going to Cheddar Gorge.
They have a fucking gorge for it.
It was in a Top Gear episode, remember?
No, it wasn't. Was it?
Yeah, because Clarkson was making fun of Hammond. Because he was like, you like the Grand Canyon, but we have a canyon here, and it has cheese.
Oh,
cheese.
yeah. Okay.
And then he just hands him a fucking block of cheddar.
The giant block of cheddar.
And he's just chewing on.
I remember that now. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't think about that at first.
The Cheddar Gorge. What a place.
You know what's sad? That after there's probably only like 2 Grand Tour specials left in those guys, and they're gonna be done, and like we're gonna be like the last main generation to enjoy Top Gear, proper Top Gear, not that fucking shit that's on now.
Yeah.
The only presenter I kind of liked from new Top Gear was the guy. I don't remember what. I think his name was Joey on Friends.
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, he was actually a half decent presenter.
That's because he's been doing, TV for years. And he's also a naturally charismatic kind of guy.
Yeah, he did the Dodge Demon versus Lamborghini Aventador. That's the only new Top Gear segment I like. But he left after like a year.
Yeah.
I think he was only on it for 1 series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're struggling. They can't get anything back. They went from being literally the #1 show in the world to being barely breaking top charts in their own country.
Yep.
It's not as bad as the fucking USA version.
No, we don't talk about that.
It was so bad.
Well, Liz Hayer is an Amish cart, and
apparently those guys were kind of assholes. Like,
that doesn't surprise me.
Especially the one, I don't remember his last name, but his name was Tanner, which is just ironically enough the name of my older brother. But apparently that guy was just a total fucking douchebag. Like, he was so mean to everyone and everything. And the chubbier guy with the glasses was said to be a genuinely nice guy. But everyone else was just kind of really snobby and absolute douchebags. Like, apparently after segments, he would go and sit in his car for air conditioning and not come out until it was time for filming again. Or anything like that.
Dude, fucking, what an asshole.
I want my caviar fresh squeezed from the fish, please.
Fresh squeezed from the fish, please.
If my tuna wasn't caught like yesterday, I don't even want to talk to you.
I'm not a big fan of fish.
Not either.
Really can't eat it. I've tried it quite a few times, but just don't like it.
I like fish. I'm not I don't go seeking out fish. But if there's fish there, like smoked salmon or tilapia, cod, fillets, all that, I'll eat it.
Tilapia nuts.
Yeah. Tilapia nuts milk. Fucking garbage ass.
That is so fucking stupid. Tilapia nuts. That just pissed me off. That's it. You're booted off the podcast.
No. This is all I've got left.
Just because you have nothing else. You fucking bitch.
You fucking bitch.
It's St. Patricia's Day.
St. Patricia. You did not just say St. Patricia.
St. Patricia. Well, see, I'm not Irish, and I know you are, but I am English, which means I get to poke your Irish side.
Which means you're a cunt.
Yeah. Well,
Dude.
Fantastic cunt, though.
I've seen it everywhere on Instagram today because it's this Irish cookout, and it's how immediately pissed everyone from Ireland can get, and Ireland and Scotland, the fucking islands, and they're literally sitting there, and the guy's out on a cookout, and he goes, "Hey man, your sausage is upside down," and he flips it and goes, "Wait, how the fuck can a fucking sausage be upside down?" Just starts getting so pissed.
How the fuck can a fucking sausage be upside down?
Yeah. That makes me think of the video. It was the Scottish guy that was like doing roof work, and they said, "No, don't put your weight on there." And he just fucking loses. He's like, "How am I not supposed to put my weight on there?" Have you seen that fucking video?
Yeah, I have. where he's like on top of the
Fucking
roof
loses
and
it.
everywhere around him is just, don't put your weight on there. So how the fuck am I supposed to get down? Because he's like in the dead center of the roof, and there's roof everywhere else.
Yeah. My favorite thing that he says is, "Oh, here, just hold my weight for a second, you fucking wank stain."
You wank stain. Dude, it is amazing how sensitive our culture is compared to theirs. Because if you're not being insulted 9 times, I think you're in the wrong place.
Yeah. Because it's like
Yeah.
the difference in culture is here. If you get insulted, you're like doing something wrong. But over there, it means you're a friend. Like my sister has a friend in London who I played a lot of Destiny with, and God, we would rip into each other, and people would like that we were doing raids with, and D1 would get genuinely concerned. I'm just like, oh no, this fucking don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I know, it's just
Sitting there
amazing.
rubbing a mythoclast in his face. He's just getting pissed.
It's amazing how much like that culture is everywhere else but here, and how sensitive our bitch ass culture is. Basically, our generation is. Like anyone under the age of 30 is genuinely kind of a fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm. That's why I always think it's funny that they're like, "Oh, I would love to go to Australia," but as
Oh
soon
my
as you
God,
get there
yeah.
and you get like,
You wouldn't make it there,
Through the-
cunt.
yeah, you get through the gate, it's good, I cunt, and it's like, what did you call me?
Called you what you are. It's just,
Called you what you
Good, I
are.
cunt.
I know, and those are the
Okay.
people to where if they see you get offended, they're gonna double down.
Oh yeah,
They do not back off. They are just gonna double down, and it's
They
beautiful.
don't give a fuck.
Because the worst that's gonna happen to them is they're gonna get told to stop a little bit, and then as soon as whoever told them to stop turns around, they're going right back at it.
Right into the throat.
Round 2.
Round 2.
It's just sitting there. The only time the person has stepped in to help out, all they were was the fucking bell for the next round. As soon as they walk away, the bell rings.
It's the other thing too is when you kind of adopt that sort of culture of you can just use anything as an insult, it just really gets even better. When I was playing Siege with Aaron way back when, which was like honestly 2 months ago because it feels a lot longer than it has been. But Aaron and I would just sit there and find the worst teammates, and I would always call them just the dumbest shit ever. I think I called one a fucking dining chair. Or
You
something.
fucking dining chair.
Just use anything as an insult.
Dude, I've heard one, like, right before we jumped on this call that made me fucking howl. It's just, this kid was sitting there blankly at him like a fucking Omega call, and he goes, "Good luck wiping your ass," and I just fucking laughed.
Fucking good. I like that.
God,
Yeah, I'm like, what does that mean? But yet it gets the point across.
Good luck wiping your ass.
You don't know what it means, but yet you know what he meant. Just good luck wiping your ass.
I love coming up with those kinds of things that it gets the point across, but
Yet the more you think about it, the less sense it makes.
Right.
My favorite one is my own adaptation of the saying, like, to find gold you gotta like dig, and it's sometimes to find the corn you gotta dig through the shit.
I remember you saying that. That's actually not a bad one. You know, it's a little fucked up, but
Yeah.
it works.
Or I love telling that one to people.
I've seen you say that to a lot of random people, and they look at you like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I mean, I have an eccentric vocabulary. It's not very intelligent, but it is wide and varied.
You know, they actually say quite the opposite. That the more, like, usually 9 times out of 10, the people that curse the most and use the most expletives are some of the most higher IQ people. In general.
They haven't met me yet. Then.
Yeah, I was like, pretty sure you're in that 1% of, no, he is just fucking stupid.
I'm the stray one on that graph.
I'm the outlier.
I'm the outlier.
There's a term for it. I can't think of what it was.
Yeah, called retard.
Outlier?
No, not outlier. There's another term. I think it starts with like an A, but
Asshole?
well, I am an asshole. I also have an asshole.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, you walked into that one. Got his buzz. Oh man, I heard that fucker build.
Woo! The cough to get it out.
Yeah, I heard it. What, did you get a surround 2 on the Mike and Ike's or something?
No, that was Coca-Cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola and Mike and Ike's. Not the greatest combination, but
You know, but it slaps though. That's like
It does.
that takes me back to like summer night.
oh, you know what it
Yeah,
is though?
dude.
It's that movie theater combination.
No, you know what's a fantastic movie theater combination? Popcorn and Skittles.
I thought you were gonna say like popcorn and a hand job, but hey,
Popcorn and pussy?
Well, to be honest, I've only been to the movie theater with anyone besides my family twice. So,
Oh, that's lame.
didn't want to say that. Just, where'd you go to the movie theater? My dad. Where'd you watch? Popcorn and hand jobs.
Yeah.
that brings up a good question though. Out of all the candies, not excluding popcorn, we'll exclude popcorn for this. Out of the movie theater candies, like the golden standard of them, what is your favorite? What is the one that you go to every time you go? Because for me, it's Milk Duds.
Ooh, Milk Duds are good. You know what I really can't get over that they sell there? Fucking ice caps. I don't get how that company is still producing that candy.
I like
Who buys it?
Like the little chocolate, the like bunch of crunch. That shit.
The what?
A bunch of it's like Crunch Bars, but
It's like
in
a crunch bar, but they're small. They're chunks of it.
yeah,
Oh.
it's basically just the crisped rice with chocolate in like nugget form.
I do
Yes.
Twizzlers.
It's good. That's the thing. I always liked in ice cream. Like when we go to Culver's and get concrete mixers, they removed it from their menu, and it pisses me off. But Crunch Bars, I always got Crunch Bars with the vanilla concrete mixers because it was the perfect.
It's
candy
not
for
ice
those.
cream at Culver's. It's frozen
It's
custard.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I actually think it's really good.
Oh, it is good.
It's just we used to go to Culver's a decent amount when I was younger, and we'd always get like a little ice cream cup, and my grandpa would always fight us for it because it's not ice cream, it's frozen custard. I don't like it. It's custard.
Now, you want to know the best ice cream around here? I don't know if it's still open, but down on like River Drive, I think it's called Tasty Freeze.
Oh,
where you
that's
can
not on
still
the
get
drive, but yeah, it's called Dairy Freeze now. Yeah, we've been
Dairy
going there
Freeze.
for years.
because they have the soft serve. Now, soft
Yeah, they
serve
have
is
some
where it's
genuinely good shit.
at. God. And you can go down there and get like the strawberry malt and whatnot.
Yeah, they're called Dairy Freeze, and they should be opening in probably about a month or so.
That'd be perfect. Nothing beats, like, when I was working in the cornfields, nothing would beat, that Friday afternoon, get off work. Granted, I also worked Saturdays, but Fridays were the day. Go down there, get yourself a nice soft serve, and perfect
Offensive.
for those hot summer days.
I worked every day. It was a Monday
Did you
through
work
Sunday.
Sundays too?
Yeah, it was
Same.
Monday through Sunday until your season was done.
Well, because you did,
Pioneer.
yeah, you did you did the detasseling, whereas I was doing cross pollinating. So
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
the fields we worked in were kind of different until I started doing plant near heights. In which case, I was in those fields that you would detassel, but I was measuring the corn.
I had to measure the corn once, but then they got mad for me taking out my penis
Bruh.
because I kept telling them how the corn was small.
Well, smaller than this here corn piece.
What's it small to?
God.
My hand. Just start sobbing.
Well, so you don't realize how tall corn can get until you're in those fields.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because I know both you and I worked with like hybrid corn a lot, and when we did plant near heights, we were measuring like the base of the top ear to the top of the tassel. I swear to you, there was corn in that field that was over 16 feet tall.
Oh, easy. Easy.
Insane.
Our favorite thing to do was because of how tall they could get really brittle if you did your tension just right. So what we do is we grab a stalk, pull it in front of the basket, and rip it off the fucking ground with no effort. And then you would just sit there and wait till they didn't look, pick it up, and fucking spear someone with it. And it would hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. But it was the funniest thing ever. God, we fucked up those machines. We fucked them up bad. We broke a basket from the underneath of it because it was on the outer arms. And it sat there and went down. Like, because you basically bounce because the entire center there's no wheels on the outer arms. So you'd bounce up and down, up and down. And every time we'd start going down, we would fucking jump and just pole vaulted into the ground and cause it to scrape, and the bottom of it fell off in the middle of the field, and we didn't want to say anything because we broke it, so we just sat there and put our feet on the outside of the bars and just were kind of sitting there with nothing actually underneath us.
We did some stupid shit like that, but a lot of it was there was one field we worked in that had a farmer next to it that would throw fucking cow bones into the field. So we built a collection, and the supervisors were telling us like, "I don't grab those bones. You don't know what's on them." They're like, "It's gross." And we looked at one of them one day and just said, "No, we're trying to rebuild the cow." Because we had underneath the like lunch tables a full fucking collection of bones from
That
the
had
cow.
to fucking stink.
It did, but like you were in the middle of the cornfield, they spray it with like manure, so it didn't matter.
True. I don't know, when anti-tasseling, honestly, when we were there, it wasn't really sprayed anymore, so it wasn't ever too bad.
The funniest thing we did though, and I did this, was we would like take bits of our sandwich and just set it on the table, wait for flies to gather on it, and then we'd spray them with the bug spray so they couldn't fly, and then we'd chase them around with our staplers. And I managed to staple one through the head onto the table. And we ended up taking its stapled head and sticking it on top of the sandwich as like a trophy.
Jesus Christ. I bet you still ate the fucking sandwich, too.
No. It was covered in that bug spray, like that lemon-scented bug spray, the green bottle.
Delicious. Off.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's not even lemon scented. That's just death scented. That shit, all that stuff says it smells like a certain thing, but no, it just smells like pure, putrid shit.
No,
the only stuff that smells good is that bug off stuff. That stuff smells pretty good.
Yeah. Well, there was one kid in the field, and this one threw me for a fucking loop. His name was Cyrus, I remember. And I didn't, like, understand what the fuck was going on, because I just got out of the field, we were all going to lunch, and he was walking in front of me. And as soon as I got out of the field and I got behind him, it reeked of pickles in the field. And I noticed that it was only next to him, so I'd asked him, like, "Hey, have you eaten any pickles today?" He's like, "No, I don't eat pickles, I hate them." And it dawned on me that this kid, when he sweats, smelled like pickles. I don't know what the fuck it was, but he would just walk around and reek of pickles.
Probably has vinegar in his fucking water bottle. That's what he drinks.
Well, because he asked me, he was like, "Well, I smoke weed, is that it?" No, weed does not smell like pickles, retard.
Weed doesn't smell like pickles. Weed smells like fucking shit.
It does.
Pickles.
Pickle. God, I fucking hate Elden Ring sometimes, dude. Shit pisses me off. You just sit there and this fucking one piece is all the way up and you're just like, oh my God, how do I get to that text thing? You do all this work to finally get there and then it just says pickle. It is the most awful thing possible. You're like, you motherfucker, I just got pickled.
Have you tried jumping?
Pickle. Try melee attack.
I like the ones where they just are straight to the point. Just give up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, planned on it, chief.
You are maidenless, touch grace.
You are maidenless, touch grass.
Rams.
We had one time where literally everything just fucking went to shit. And it was the funniest thing because the people who that ran our crew were all teachers. And I was in 8th grade. It was 8th grade summer. And that was the first time we ever heard a teacher really fucking curse. Fucking Philip stood up and goes, well, this is a fucking clusterfuck. And like out of nowhere, we're leaving. And this girl in the front because she refused to drink water and shit. I don't know what was her deal, but she started puking. And then as we're stopping, she's trying to like compose herself. Another kid dismounts and just goes off and takes a shit, and we're just sitting there like wondering where he went. And then another kid gets off to refill his water and breaks the fucking spigot on the goddamn thing, and it just pours all our water on the floor.
Nice, dude.
And we're just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on?
We had to have a girl arrested in the middle of the field. And then, you know what's even better is this was the field right by Brady's house. It was the first day that we got the new hires out, and she had this like the hair job that she just had done, and so she refused to put the hat on top of it because she didn't want to mess up her hair. Well, instead of just saying like, okay, well, I'll find some other way to do this or whatnot. No, she instead jumped up on one of the lunch tables and started throwing stuff at people.
What the fuck? Why is that the logical next step?
I don't know. But here's what's even better. We called her parents to have them like come and grab her because we couldn't get the bus to come back and get her. The bus wasn't having it.
The bus wasn't having it.
And her parents legit told us, "Oh boy, no, just have the police come get her. We're done with this shit." And hung up.
Whoa.
And so we had to call the police out. They put her in the back of a fucking squad car and drove her out of the field and like took her home. We didn't see her again.
Jesus Christ.
All because she didn't want to put a hat on.
So she just goes ape shit?
Mm-hmm. Which was even better.
People like that, I can't wait to watch them burn and suffer. And just, once society, after they turn 18, society doesn't give a fuck about them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they get free passes all the way through high school if they really want it. And then as soon as they turn 18 and graduate, they're fucked. And I can't wait to see some of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people I know from high school and everything that just wouldn't do anything because I don't have to. You can't make me. I don't even want to be here. I can't wait to see them on the fucking street begging. And if they come to me and ask for money, I will laugh.
Yeah. That was the last year I did corn, and that was the best year.
Said
that
porn,
was the
right?
guy corn.
Porn?
CORN.
Cheese porn?
You talking now? A little bit of that queso.
Oh, Spanish cheese porn.
Fuck skinny dipping. We're going queso dipping.
Fuck skinny dipping. I'm putting my meat in some queso.
Bacon and queso.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
hungry.
that sounds fucking
now.
good. Bacon and queso.
Now.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking hungry.
I'll get back on track with the cornfield story though. That was the guy we hired from Ohio that started crying in the middle of the field.
Why did he start crying?
Because it was the day we got the new hires out, and he was trying to like give them a pep talk and explain what we do in the field and like
he got
what our
just
company
so
does.
moved by his own speech.
Yeah, because he used that one. I know you've told you this before. He was like, "We're out here."
Oh my god, that's right.
Day trying to find that one piece of corn that could change the world. And then again, the best part of the story, I looked at one of the other managers and I said, "Nah, I'm out here for the money," and he said, "Me too." And we just laughed and walked off into the field.
It's like ain't no one doing this job because they like it.
Ended up the company closed out that day or after that year because now the building is an HVAC place.
Oh, gotcha. We had kids cry on our crew just because when they would be a really shitty job because we would be so far behind. Like we actually got intentionally put on the shitty machines because they needed at least one row where they didn't have to worry about it. And, which honestly we were, and to the point where I shit you not, I remember the driver celebrated when I finally missed one out of like 3 days. And like I missed 1 out of 3 days, and he's sitting there laughing hysterically. But I mean, everyone else on there, we had to stop. And those machines are so fucking loud because they're just these giant motors right next to you. So all they do is point in the general direction. These fucking dumbass kids just sitting there like, and just have no idea what to do. And he just started going in on this one girl. And then the supervisor came up and it's just like, yeah, we've been having fucking problems with you. If you don't fucking step it up, we're going to fire you. And you're not even going to get, as soon as you're fired and don't work here, you're not allowed to go home on company equipment. So you're just going to be left in the field. Like, it just kept going on and on. And made her start sobbing.
Ripping them.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was the first taste of true adulthood work, because as soon as you entered that field, you were no longer a student. You were purely a worker, and they were going to make you feel like shit.
Oh, it was funny. We always used to try and steal the golf carts that we had in the fields. The John Deere Gators that we had as well.
The Gators. Gator here.
It's always the best.
Gator here.
Well, because like, if you got on them, there's no way anyone was going to catch you. So you could joyride them around the field for a little bit. And, worst case scenario, they'll tell you, like, okay, don't do that again. Because, like, all the people that would try to take them had been working there for so long that we knew everyone. It was always fun messing with the new hires. I know my favorite thing was that last year, again, we got this guy who's working out there with his girlfriend. And I was the supervisor at this point, so I had to, make sure all the new hires were doing their job. I was training them. Well, I came in to from the side of the field, and I was like, "Hey, you guys doing all right? You need me to check on you?" And of course, I just was talking to the girl first because she was there in front of me, and he was right next to her. And he was like, "That's my girlfriend. You don't need to talk to her." And I was like, "I don't care, dude." And I just looked at him and I was like, "Plus, you missed like 3," and just walked off.
See, the funny part is, because you're a short, tiny motherfucker, too, it's just the most insulting thing to get insulted by you. I could just imagine how peeved that kid was. And you just walked away with probably a fucking piece of string hanging out your damn mouth.
No, I had, I would honestly break some corn leaves, because we had to remove the corn leaves to put the shoot bags on. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I would just walk with like a piece of the corn leaf in my mouth.
Why would you put that fucking razor blade in your fucking mouth?
Because it was a razor blade. I do know...
Because it was a razor blade.
We would take the biggest corn leaves we could find and hit each other with them.
Yeah, they could be fucking weapons. It was fun.
You could slice a kid's arm open with those things.
Yeah, I'd come home sometimes fucking bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the fuckers in the goddamn morning. Dude, corn is alive and very sentient. Oh, because when
corn is alive.
Dude, in the mornings when they would get soaking wet from the dew, they'd be like, "Oh, this guy's shoe, there's a little hole, and let me put my tip of my leaf so it creates a perfect funnel, go running into this guy's sock at the beginning of the day." And then the next corn next to you would be like, "Oh, he's got his other foot here. Let me do the same thing."
He's got his other foot.
That was the way you did it. Was you'd start the mornings off soaked to the fucking bone, and by the end of it, you were so dry that you
except for your feet,
nothing
though.
on you.
Your feet stayed nice and moist. You'd get home and I'd have to fucking chisel off my socks. They turn orange.
Well, because the other thing too was, for me at least, I don't know about you, but the combination of the sweat and the dust and dirt, my socks would turn into fucking bricks.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss that job sometimes. It was nice to be outside.
And it was simple.
It was simple.
The last year I did it, I had earbuds on and did nothing and just mined out and just killed it. I mean, just amazing. It was so easy. The only thing that sucked was getting up dead ass early in the morning. Had to be up because it wouldn't be as bad if I drove, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So, I had to get up early enough for, the parents to be able to drop me off and still get to their job.
Because when did you start?
We had to be at the meeting spot by 6 o'clock in the morning. At the
Okay, so
latest.
same as me. Because we would ship out at 6. So I'd arrive around like 5:30 in the morning, work from 6 until they wanted us to finish by like 3, but that was, never the fucking case. So I would work like 6 to 5 or 6 to 6 for what I was doing.
I think we usually were home pretty consistently around 2 to 3. I think the latest we ever worked was 4 o'clock.
The latest I worked was 6:30.
Yeah, that was the one thing I wish we could have worked more, but we just didn't for some reason. I really don't understand. Well, it's also because they just work different. So if we finished the field and had no other field, we had to wait for the inspectors to come out and see if we needed a second pass or not. So it was, you just had to kind of work with that. But on average, we'd be home by noon, 1 o'clock. I think it'd usually end up you had lunch and then you're damn near done with your day. I'd rather just skip the fucking lunch and just get it done.
Just get it all busted out.
Yeah, because it's not a paid
there were
lunch.
A few days, well, because there were a few days where we were out there and we were in that go mode. Because it was me and like 3 other guys. We got out there and we were like, dude, I don't even want to eat. I'm not hungry. And we just looked at the supervisor like, can we just go and do like another 10 more rows? And he was like, technically you're supposed to take a lunch if you sit for like 5 minutes. Then I'll just let you go back in. So we sat there, filled up our water, shot the shit, and went right back into the field. I think I did like 24 rows that day, and that's like 24 there and backs.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. I genuinely enjoyed that job.
I liked it because I had a little tight group of people. We had 4 of us that would all, it was me, my other friend Michael, and then there was these 2 kids from Durant that were there, and we would all just sit there and shoot the shit, and it was pretty funny and hanging out all day. So
we used to drive the new hires insane by singing bottles of beer on the wall, and they thought we would stop when we got to 100. No. Because as soon as we finished 100, you'd hear one of the new hires go, "Thank goodness they're done," and then one of us would pipe up, "All right, 1,000 bottles of beer." Just fucking drag on.
I had a Bluetooth speaker. This is not detasseling. I brought it sophomore year, and I had an app on my phone that I paid 99 cents for. That all it did was sing in the fucking robot voice, the text to speech, the 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. And I sat there and kept playing that over and over and over all the time. And it would piss so many people off because it would just be the most dreary sounding thing because it's just the text to speech.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was the best 99 cents I ever fucking spent.
Did you ever have purple corn?
Purple corn?
Yeah, it was literally just corn that's purple.
I can tell you we never actually saw the actual corn.
Oh, okay.
Because it wasn't ready at that point.
Oh, okay. Well, because so what we had purple corn. It was just purple corn that we would use to not dissect, but separate different breeds of corn for the crossbreeding purposes. And so the kid that was upset that I was talking to his girlfriend as though I was gonna steal her from him in a field. Idiot. We told him not to eat any of the corn because that was the big thing. It was it's covered in pesticides.
Yeah, I was like, no, you
and
don't
whatnot,
fucking eat anything out there.
Because it's either covered in bug shit, pesticides, or fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you had rain. And he looked at me one day and he was like, well, I'm just going to eat the purple corn. And he took a chunk of and it wasn't even fully grown corn at that point. It was just the baby corn. It was barely growing. And he put some in his mouth. He's like, oh, that's fucking disgusting. I just looked at him and was like, what did you expect? I told you not to eat it.
Yeah, I just dropped that in the fertilizer pile.
Well, because it's not, sweet corn. Granted, we weren't supposed to grow sweet corn, but we fucking did because they were going to tell us what to do. Actually, now that I think about it, that might be why that place closed down. So we could have put like another row of crossbreeding, but no, we just plant sweet corn because by the time it was done, we'd just take all that sweet corn home for ourselves. God, was it good? But yeah, we had purple corn. We had corn from Mexico that we were growing. Because the job that we did was we would grow the breeds for different countries and stuff. And the worst breed of corn that we had was this one that would break in the wind almost every single time. But where it would break, it would just grow up again, but at like a U shape. Worst shit ever, because you're trying to go down a row and you just see this corn like basically growing in the middle of the row now.
Nice.
Fucking hated that stuff.
So, Chris, you got any corn stories? I know you didn't work it, but did you ever go into a cornfield and find the boogeyman?
I never found the boogeyman. No,
I found this other guy that he convinced me to do things like play Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
I like to think that Chris was the guy that would smell the shoes after people just tried them on.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, he's at the shoe store and was like, okay, so you're not going to have that?
Nah, didn't happen. That's fucking nasty.
Well, no, what's even better about that is a lot of kids go to that store.
Oh, yeah, Chris, what the fuck?
Dude, no fucking way.
Do you want me to give you a courtesy shoe shining on your old shoes? I just need to take it in the back.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck ever. No,
I
never
keep
happened.
getting older and the shoes keep getting smellier.
These
Y'all
shoes
are a
may look
special
nice, but I've already
fucking
sniffed them
retards.
twice.
I like it when they can't tie their shoes so I can give them the Velcro. Velcro releases the fumes every time it gets undone.
Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
God, Chris, why you gotta be so fucking weird?
Yeah.
Why do you have to be such a faggot?
Well, we don't call you Chris Topher for nothing.
I never even put that together. He's like, all right, gents, I'm out. And that's it. That's it, you
Yeah, I
fiddlesticks.
was like, man, it's getting late.
You know what? I think I'm about to leave.
Well,
It's about time to clock out.
on that note, though, we're reaching at an hour of the podcast. I know Chris does actually have to go do something in like 5 minutes, so.
He's got shoes to sniff.
He has
You should get a job at a bowling alley. Those things you never wash.
He doesn't actually use the spray for like the smell. It's like scent preserver.
He licks them clean.
Right up his nose.
How many licks does it take to get the center of the shoe sole? A 1, a 2, a... And on that disgusting fucking note, I think it's time to end.
Make sure you get all the creases so you can get some toe jam out of there.
Oh, that's...
Dude, you're fucking awful. Like, oh my god, you are foul.
Anyway, guys, if you all enjoyed, I don't know how you could, but leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon. We release every Wednesday at noon, and definitely check us out on some of the other episodes. This is your first episode.
Yeah, and
Catch
leave
you
a
all next
comment
time.
with your mother's phone number.
And social.